Hello and welcome into the Ranch Sitdown. My guest today, Race Ricketts.
Well, at least it ain't cold. Well, at least it ain't raining. See sunflowers neath an airbrush sky, life like a painting. Well, it ain't been the same since the drought back in 12. Whitetails made it, but the white wings left. At least we ain't low on shells. We all got our reasons for leaving, got our reasons to stay. What keeps us all grounded when the ground goes away? Where the dove all gone? Where the dove all gone? Grown folk money makes childlike decisions. Corn dog breakfast before the sun comes up. Ain't this a living? Struggle to shake off the shakes as we struggle to limit. It don't matter the grain or the gauge you throw up, it's all how you lead it. We all got our reasons for leaving, got our reasons to stay. Why pepper yourself with things you can't change? Where the dove all gone? Where the dove all gone? We all got our reasons for leaving, got our reasons to stay. Same wings made for landing, same wings fly away. Yeah, where the dove all gone? Where the dove all gone? Where the dove all gone? Well, at least it ain't cold. Well, at least it ain't raining.
The great Race Ricketts with us on the Ranch Sitdown. Man, fantastic.
I appreciate it.
Holy cow.
Oh, thanks.
So let's start way back at the beginning, Race Ricketts.
Sure.
All right? And then we'll move our way up. So this is going to be about a 17-hour podcast.
Alrighty.
No, where did you grow up, and what was it like musically when you grew up?
Well, I'm from Olney, Texas, originally. Olney. They're west of Jacksboro, south of Wichita Falls. And, it was an interesting time. I was a really little kid, 5, 6, 7 years old, when the first big wave of, at the time, what was modern Texas and red dirt music, your Wade's, Randy's, of the world were really getting their grip and stronghold here. And my brother was, in junior high, and all of his friends at the time were passing around that kind of music. So, being a kid that young, growing up with that music, I was truly growing up with that sound and being passed down all the really good stuff from my brother. Who was discovering and, really in tune and aware with the sound in the scene at the time. So I would get a lot of my music taste, mostly all of my music taste from him, and whatever cassettes were left over in Dad's truck.
What he stole off Napster.
For sure. and so I think it's really cool being a part of a generation of kids that was their, intro to music was, the Texas sound, and then just going backwards from there. And, I think that's a pretty cool spot growing up.
That really is. Really is. So was there a moment where you went from, I like music to I want to make music, create music?
That didn't really hit until I had first gotten to college.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the University of Oklahoma. I wasn't smart enough for the Texas school, so I had to go a little north of the border to have my good time.
Right.
And so
that's where we go now.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Yeah. And so it wasn't until I was a freshman that I really started writing songs. But even then, it wasn't a true, this is what I'm going to do. It was just songwriting was an outlet, a fun thing to do to get some words out that, a boy of 18 doesn't really know what to do with. So,
right.
And it wasn't until probably, like a lot of people, I think COVID really made everyone pivot. It wasn't until then where, ideas and things changed, and, we had nothing else to do. What started as that time of the semester, it was spring break for us when COVID hit. Mm-hmm. They just told us,
well, you're going to be gone a week.
Yeah.
Be back by end of Easter.
They just said, don't come back.
Yeah.
And so we didn't. And so for, the rest of the summer, me and my best friend there in Norman had nothing else to do except cut songs and demos on a little MacBook that he had from high school and a cheap Best Buy microphone in the middle of the Oklahoma heat next to the train tracks.
Do you still play any of those songs that y'all wrote?
There's a few that have been rewritten a little bit and cut with the band now that I don't think I necessarily intended to, unless like a band member said, didn't you have this one song that went like this? And in a band setting, those songs completely changed and sounded way better than when I first, had the first drafts for them. So there's Whiskey Hippie's one of those coming off the new record. Fireworks is another one of those. And there's ideas for some others of those old songs that I wrote in college that need some TLC and the treatment that I think they are able to have.
It's crazy to think that Whiskey Hippie and Fireworks, who are such clever songs, well-written, clever songs, come that early to someone. Because usually, like Jason Isbell says, write 100 songs and then throw them away.
Yeah.
And then start writing the next 100.
And which is odd because, Fireworks was one of the first songs that I actually finished that I kept, that I actually thought maybe there was something to do with. There was a bunch before that were horrible, Shayne.
Oh,
do
you still have recordings of those that you...
Man,
did you just toss them?
I got a new phone back in, I want to say September. And I was hoping, in like a cloud failure or a backup, that those files or those voice memos, because I put everything in my voice memos.
Right.
I was hoping that they had maybe gotten lost.
Right.
And they got recovered.
Oh my God.
And were found in the new phone. So they're still there. And every once in a while, if I'm, checking up on new work or demos that I'm listening to, I'll check back, and if I'm ever feeling like I'm in a bad spot writing wise, I'm like, well, it could have been this still.
Well, yeah, or if you ever start getting a big head and an ego, you can always go back.
Yeah.
All right, let's realize what I was.
Let's go back to 2019.
Right.
See what that was like. And
so, do you find like it's easier to write songs when things are going good or when things are just falling apart in your life?
I've found now I can't wait for either. It's like a lot of things. Radney Foster, I heard him explain it once. Like, it's a discipline like anything else, that even when nothing comes out, sometimes you just have to sit down with the guitar or a notebook and pad, and if nothing comes out, nothing comes out. But you still have to regularly be. You got to be at the table when it happens.
Right, when that moment strikes.
Whether it comes or not is unimportant. It's about showing up.
It's always so interesting to me because every artist that I talk to, and we, if it goes to this direction, they all have a different answer. Like somebody's like, I sit down at 10 o'clock and I'll sit there for 2 hours, and if nothing comes out, then I'm done for the day. But sometimes something comes out, or somebody's just like, I don't schedule any time whatsoever. I'm gonna if idea pops in my head, I stop and I record it into my phone.
And both of those I think are true for myself.
For
I do
you?
both
Yep.
of those. Yeah. I mean, during the week, I've got an alarm set for 9 p.m. where I'll just pull the guitar out
You
if I'm
are a
at the house
musician.
and just, just sit with the guitar, noodle around. If nothing happens, nothing happens. But, or just progressively work on new ideas or concepts of, songs that are not yet written. But that too, I get a lot of ideas driving, like a lot of people, I'm sure that, I'll stop, pull over, put something into the voice memos in my phone, or write something down into my notes section if I'm not next to a notebook. So that happens a lot too. So it kind of runs the gamut of ways
crazy.
that it happens. But I'd say nowadays, driving, a lot of those ideas.
We drive a lot.
Yeah.
Being a musician, folks don't know that part of it. There's a lot of driving.
I was on the way to San Marcos the other day and driving from Stephenville, and just 281 the whole way. It's a pretty straight shot. And I got to thinking, I'm like, man, I wish I could take the last year and just see how many hours I had spent behind the wheel. Now I got kind of scared of what that number might be. And
Right,
I tried
yeah.
not to think
You may
about
not
it too much.
want to know that.
But I'm curious now how much of my life I've spent driving and sleeping at this point.
Yeah.
Just at 26. But, yeah.
It's wild. What's been the toughest song for you to write, like emotionally?
Man, there's a song called Pullin' Weeds I wrote for my mom that's on the 940 album that I don't know how much it was emotionally tough, because I love my mom. It was just getting the song right, capturing, is this
because it was for her.
Yeah, is this really, I don't want to write. You can't write a mediocre song about your mom,
Right?
So,
Yeah,
that's a bad look. So
every
it was one of those.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that one was handled a little bit more carefully and tenderly.
How long did that one take? Do you remember?
Man, I was in a songwriting group at the time with some friends, so I was kind of under the gun. That one was about 2 or 3 days.
Oh, was it?
It took about and I had a week to write it, and it took about 2 or 3 days to get it, from first draft to cleaning and editing and sent into that group in time. But after that, once I got it in, I was able to really edge and fine tune that to kind of the way I wanted it to be, and it's one of Nick Brumley's favorite songs.
I get chills just because I'm going to ask this question. What was Mom's response the first time you played it?
Oh, yeah, I mean, Moms.
She's like,
Moms. Yeah, hated it. No, she bawled.
Broke down.
Oh, yeah. I think it was I saved it it was perfect timing, because it was like a Mother's Day gift for her.
Because you're cheap, so you did that instead.
Oh, yeah.
I got you, yeah.
I really capitalized on the day and the moment to really make sure I got the mileage out of that. So, oh, yeah.
But yeah, what a neat gift to be able to give somebody.
For sure.
Something that's just, it's not like flowers. Flowers are neat, but they die. Chocolate, you eat it, goes away. I mean, that's something that lives forever.
For sure.
It's a piece of art that lives forever.
And like that song I just played, Where the Dove All Gone, more than not, there's so much of my brother in that song. And, I don't think there was a lot of too much emotion going into write it. I guess sentimentality is a really good word for it, I guess, and so, that one, makes me smile more than cry or anything else.
Oh, that's cool.
It's I like doing that with songs. If it can put you in a time and place, that's my favorite kind of, frame.
It's an incredible gift you've been given.
Yeah,
it really is to be able to do that kind of stuff. So let's talk about the side of music that people don't see as much. It's the grind. What does a normal day for an artist like you look like when you're, grinding away? For sure.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's the same for everybody. I mean, I'm still pretty independent. I don't have any, representation. It's I am manager. I got a buddy helping me out with some booking on the side here and there.
That's good.
But other than that, Monday through Wednesday, Thursday sometimes, or my office days, my admin days where I'm at a laptop shooting emails, or depending on if new music's coming out, doing all the work that goes into getting all of that together.
Right.
You know, photos, files, everything that, you need to do in the office. So that's what that looks like for about 3 or 4 days.
So
out
not
of the
sitting
week.
around the hot tub with models and drinking mimosas all day long.
Maybe after,
Afternoon.
Maybe after 10 o'clock when I realize I can't write anything and I put the guitar down.
Give myself a whole hour of work and then
sure.
I'm wore out.
But and then usually depending on what the week looks like, how where or when we're playing, Thursday through Sunday is pretty much just go to work.
Driving around.
Yeah, drive around.
Lots of drive. Where's the weirdest place you've had to play a show? Not had to play a show, got to play a show.
I won't say I guess it was kind of weird, but it was cool. Last week I played in a liquor store.
In the store?
Yeah, in Decatur.
Really?
Yeah. It was I didn't know Maker's Mark. You can make like your own mix of like bottles that they have. You can like pick different flavor profiles, this, that, or the other, and you can call it whatever you want. They'll print it on the Maker's Mark.
So were they having
bottle.
like a tasting kind of thing?
Yeah, it was like a 940 blend Maker's Mark bottle.
Look at you.
Label kind of thing. And I just played in the liquor store from like 4 to 7 as people were getting off work. They were, coming.
Did you get some strange looks? I bet every now and then. Who is this guy?
It was like, oh, we got live music now. Look at this. This is fancy.
Don't look at him, honey. Don't look in his eyes.
Yeah.
Don't look in his eyes.
So yeah, just last week that was pretty cool. Mainly,
that is awesome.
Mainly too, because who else can say like you can keep the Opry. I played your local liquor store.
What's
so
up? Made my own blend of whiskey.
Oh
and
yeah,
played some music.
So that was a really cool thing, and to do it, and having it be folks close to my area.
Right.
It was a cool thing, neat thing to do, and a good story on
I love how
of it.
you embrace the 940. You've got the necklace. I don't know if you can see it on camera. You've got the necklace
Yeah.
with the Texas.
My mom made that.
It says 940.
A few years ago. She had that made out of a place in Stephenville where my mom and dad got their wedding rings.
Oh, wow.
So this is where the sign, would turn on,
right?
But, or be shown to the crowd. But yeah, that's it was a really neat gift. Yeah, I take it everywhere, wear it everywhere. I don't think I take it off much.
That's awesome. Yeah, Larry Joe and I have even talked about getting burner phones with 940.
Oh yeah,
just so we can be part of the 940.
Yeah, you could.
It's a big deal for us.
Make it your business phone.
Was there ever a moment in this music thing, Race, where you thought about just, okay, this isn't going to work, I'm going to quit?
No.
Really? Like you are 100% in?
My dad, and he gave me this piece of advice. He said, if you're not always running a little bit scared and hungry at all times, then what are you doing anything for? Whatever you're trying to do, you got to run a little bit scared and a little bit hungry. And running a little scared and hungry keeps you kind of fighting and wanting to. Because you got to remember, Shayne, I'm not good at much else. I'm kind of like a lot of people that end up picking up a guitar and making it their living. I wasn't much good at anything else. And so this is it, make it work or make it work.
Right.
Yeah. And so, so once this became, the number one, push, then it was, well, let's see how hard we can do this on our own.
Right.
How fast we can play it. So
it's great advice though, because if you're running a little bit scared, that means you're doing something important to you at least.
It forces you to, work at it, to have to go do it, and luckily, keeping running scared like that in a business that can be so hard, but I still tell people it hasn't stopped being fun. It hasn't once stopped, being the greatest job in the world. Even on those Tuesday nights, on office days, like I called them, that, nothing comes out on the guitar, and I'm thinking, man, this is horrible.
I'm the worst. What am I doing?
I'm done. I'm done for. I'm washed. And
I've already peaked.
Yeah. And so it's still on those days, it's all about perspective.
Right.
This beats what I, would have been doing or not wanting to do otherwise.
Right. So let's talk about work. You worked on a new album. You got a new album about to release. Tell us about it.
Yeah. It'll be out on March 20th, so in about a month. It's called New Settlers Reunion is the name of that. We cut that down in Dripping Springs, Texas, at the Zone with at Pat Mansky and Mike Morgan's place down there, where we recorded 940, and so yeah, that's where the past year or so has been spent, cutting all the new music with myself and the band and Pat and everyone that kind of helped come together to make that happen. It's been a lot of fun. It's a fun, good group of songs.
We've heard a few of them. You've released, and like everybody does, you release a few before you release the album. So, are there co-writes on this album? Is it just 100% Race? What is this?
I want to say there's 3 that are. I wrote all but 3. 2 are covers, and one's got a strange story attached to it. We cut a Slobberbone song, that Brent Best of Slobberbone out of Denton, Texas wrote, called Lumberlung.
I didn't realize how much you look like Brent.
I really,
wow, I just realized that.
Just give me about 15 years, and I'm sure our hair will match. But yeah, I loved, in the past few years, I came to really love that band and playing at Dan's Silverleaf up there in Denton, him helping us, run sound and then close down the bar and listen to him tell war stories from the road with all the folks that they used to play with and are still friends with, that they stay in contact with, of music I still love. It's I really came to love and respect Brent a whole lot, and so we cut a song of theirs called Lumberlung, and I'm obsessed with a band I'm sure a lot of folks know and love as well, Drive-By Truckers.
Oh, yeah.
Cut a song called Bulldozers and Dirt, one of their first big hits, and love that band with all of my being, and I couldn't help myself and wanted to show some love to them. And then the other one that I didn't write is a song that Robert Earl Keen and his wife wrote, I guess this would have been around about a year ago, that he wanted me to cut a demo for. He just said, hey, would you just, you and a guitar, just sing and play this song? I've got some melodies, and sent me a quick little voice memo. I want to hear this in your voice and style, just to kind of give me some ideas. I said, yeah, no problem. And so I was in a friend's house, I'm on GarageBand in my phone, just making a demo. And the song's called Rodeo, Oh Rodeo. And sent it to back to Robert. And he said, well, I don't think I want to touch this anymore. You can have it. I said, are you sure? I I wouldn't give it to me.
Wow.
And he said, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to, do this quite the way you can and the way you sent it to me, which was very surprising for me to hear, considering I've recorded this on just an Amazon microphone in a buddy's back room. In the cut that we ended up using is still just the demo.
Oh, is it really?
I just had Pat mix and master there in the studio. Wow. You can still hear the dog collar jingle down the hall in the beginning from my buddy. It's, Presley Hale and Nick Brumley's house is where I was at. I was in their back room.
That is fun.
And I can hear their dog, Graham, just up and down the hallway. You can hear it in the track still. And we just used that. And Robert said, you take that one. That one's on the house. I said, well, I appreciate it. So I guess it's written by Robert and his wife.
Yeah.
He, of course, not cut. And he just gifted that to me. And so I said, well, we got
awesome.
it. That's one of those songs I was telling you. We had the album finished, and it was like, well, we can't not.
Well, yeah.
We can't not use this, So
that song I gave you.
Yeah, so that was a pretty cool song that ended up going on the new record as well.
That is amazing.
And then the rest are songs that we kind of Waterfall released single-wise throughout last year, and then a few more that I don't think anyone else has heard yet. So that's
great.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear the other ones for
man.
Sure. So when you're not out playing music, what do you do?
What do I do? That's a great question. I mentioned Nick and Presley. we live fairly close to each other. I'll go to their house and, eat out of their fridge and watch TV. I don't have internet out at my house where I live.
Oh, yeah.
So, out in the sticks outside of Stephenville. So I go over to their house and mooch off their internet and, leftovers they have in the fridge.
Right.
And, in the evening times I'll come over and we'll watch a movie or watch TV. And man, I'm a gamer too. I love.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I didn't as much because it can sometimes get in the way of songwriting. But I think that's a bad habit from college that kind of carried over.
Well, it probably clears your head a little, clears your palate a little bit.
Oh, it does.
You're not thinking too much in your head about a song.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so man, I love turning the PlayStation on like a 13-year-old boy still. But so I love doing that. And then I think, are those the big ones? Yeah, I think so. Bugging Nick and Presley, turning on the PlayStation. And,
writing songs.
Yeah, and then out where I live, I'm in the shop all the time, messing or fiddling with something like an 80-year-old man.
Tinkering around.
Oh, yeah, just moving things from one side to the other, mowing the grass or weed eating and telling the dog not to bite at tires, this, that, and the other. So,
You are a real person, Race Ricketts. That's all. He's not this phony, conjured up artist that mainstream has put together. That's who you are. That's the coolest. You were meant to do this.
I appreciate that.
You absolutely were meant to do this.
Thank you.
What, you want to do us one more song?
Sure. Let me see if we're in tune.
Oh, we don't
good enough
have to be that fancy.
Let me see here. Well, for everyone else's sake, more than my own.
Okay.
Good enough for government work. This is one of my favorites off the new one. I think we put it out back in July, I want to say. It's called Times Like These. Yeah. Clearing my schedule, call up Craig and Juice. Got the old landlord special and a whole lot of nothing to do. Bunch of would-be McConaughey, smoke on the stoop, days of Burnett's and anime, watching the trains rolling through. See, I's just a dreamer, not much one for doing, no plan for the future, and a good foot for shooting, and I shot it up good. Yeah, I emptied the clip, thinking I'd shoot the moon if I shot from the hip. See, the thing about the good times, you don't know you're in 'em, end up losing track of the time you've been given till you faint for the taste. Them old back in the day bittersweet times like these. Another won't always be these times like these. You'll be missing, you'll be wishing times like these. There's a party at White House, see what my friends are doing. Old friend and I hide out and do things that more than friends do. See, I was just a dreamer, not much one for doing. No plan for the future, and a good foot for shooting. And I shot it up good, shot till it went click, point blank as I could. Couldn't once seem to miss. See, the thing about the good times, you don't know you're in them, end up losing track of the time you've been given till you fame for the taste. Them old back in the day, bittersweet times like these. You know there won't always be these times like these. You'll be missing, you'll be wishing for times like these. Times like these. See, the thing about the good times, you don't know you're in them, end up losing track of the time you've been killing till you fame for the taste. Them old back in the day, bittersweet times like these. You know there won't always be these times like these. You'll be missing, you'll be wishing for times like these. For times like these. These times like these. Times like these. Clearing my schedule, call up Craig and Juice. Got the old landlord special and a whole lot of nothing to do.
Very nice, man. I love that song.
Appreciate
Absolutely love that. It's the first time you sent it to me, I was like, oh my gosh, that's something. Race Ricketts, man, thank you so much. Cannot wait to hear the rest of the songs off the album. I haven't heard yet, especially Lumber Long. I'm very excited about it. I'm a huge Slobber Bro fan too. Thank you for taking a minute to chat with us, man. Best of luck to you out there.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Perfect, buddy.